Hey YouTube, coming at you with a Legend Saphiro 95 3250 elo range. So this team is not new. It's either he who submitted before or another user, Lanturn Double Dragon. This is a team that I've showcased before. It's been in my comments a bunch of times, and it's always like I've hit Legend with this. This team is super strong. So basically, safe swap Goodra, try and draw out a nice, try and draw out a fairy. Lanturn will deal with that, and then Guzzlord roams free. That's how you play the team. Let's take a look. Right up here, it's a solid team. Spark is better than Water Gun, so I'm not soft to Poliwrath or Lanturn when up shields. I lost the mirror because the opponent got a 0-turn swap with their own Guzz. I will take a look at that. I lost the mirror match because the opponent got a 0-turn swap with their own Guzzlord. Okay. So let's take a look at some battles. Lanturn versus Azumarill. This is a great lead. They'll probably leave into something. Out comes a Gligar. So going to stay in, I'm guessing, Chip with Surf, grab a shield or Chip, and then get into Goodra where you have an evenish matchup. So got the chip damage. That's great. You can easily take a dig here. They may be close to 2 digs is the only issue. So there's one. You do get to the Aqua Tail though before they get to the dig. So this will take them out. They have some energy, so they may shield and just take this down to the 1. No, they let it go. Come to Azumarill. The thing with the Azumarill is Bubble is resisted. And you have a Thunder Punch now because of the Community Day move. So this will still do chip. They may just try and farm a bit more to come out close to a Play Rough on the back end here. Yep, throwing. Wow. Can we just appreciate the farm up on Azumarill here? Try to come out near a Play Rough. Gets it literally one fast move away from a Thunder Punch being landed. Like, that is just... Oh, and you live? Did they try and undercharge that? How did you live that? I just propped them up and then they undercharged that to then get hit with the move. Okay, so Lance comes in. They don't have a move. Oh, it's just a Harkander team. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing they can do there. Okay, Lanturn versus Charge Bug. Going into Goodra where the electric move is resisted. They are staying in to get off an X-Scissor. Again, this is a strategy that I've gone over multiple times. Before you get into your mid-game here, right? If you come into the Mirror Match Goodra, you are behind on energy. So you can't come in Goodra right away. So you just stay. Yes, you're throwing resisted Volt Switches, but you can chip with the X-Scissor, grab a shield or chip. So they chipped. They kept alignment. And now you're coming in Lanturn, which is... Everything's resisted here. So this is not a great matchup. Getting off the Surf, enough to take out. Out comes the Charge Bug again. So we are right. So the problem with Guzzlord is Guzzlord's half dark, so X-Scissor is super effective. So yes, we're resisting the Volt Switches, but X-Scissor is super effective. So I'm guessing we're going to take a move here and then maybe get into the Guzzlord. Try and 2-shield Guzzlord for the win. Probably instant swap or no, yeah, okay. Force their energy. That's actually probably smarter. Force their energy so you don't have to burn a shield on Guzzlord. Just letting this go. Gonna try and go 2 shields in the back. What is it? A Feraligatr, which is a benefit to us because claws are resisted. Hydro's resisted. They need to throw the Ice Beam. Hydro's actually will add up. It probably only takes 2 to take out. They did bait there, going 1 in the throw just to optimize fast move timing. This will take it out, so I expect a shield because they do not have much play with the Charge Bug. Going to commit the 2 shields here and just go for the farm down because you need to come out... Yeah, you just need to take this Hydro because you need to come out with 2 moves here. Because you cannot have an X-Scissor land on Guzzlord because that's going to one-shot you. So Dragon Claw, back-to-back for the win. It's so much easier when 3,200 people, 3,250 yellow people submit because I can just be like, yep, this is obvious. Okay. So in this matchup, they're going to stay in because you get to the Surf first. So you're immediately going to grab a shield or do chip, and then you're taking resisted wing attacks, and then you can get into the Goodra and decide what you want to do from here. 1 and try and catch. Go check out my catching video. Not a lot of people did, but there's just obvious plays that happens a lot. They did bait the Aerial Ace, which is actually smart for them because now you're going to be able to be taken out here with the dig, or they could just... Yeah, so it is a dig, so that's a good shield. You get to an Aqua Tail. You've already grabbed 1 shield. Don't want to give them the opportunity to throw Aerial Ace here. So this probably will take them out from a shadow. Yeah, like you're not shadow, but they're shadow. Annihilate comes in, gets to the Night Slash first to take you out. And you have to go back into Lanturn because, well, it's tricky. I come like Lanturn and then maybe try and chip. And then maybe there's an argument to be made that you should come in Guzzlord and just neutralize all their moves. Night Slash in, try and catch here. Nope, just going to stay in this matchup and shield. I was going to say, because Guzzlord will resist Night Slash and the Shadow Ball. So you could potentially come in there and take it. Oh, Cress is in the back. We need to hope that Cress in the Great League here is running Future Sight and Grass Knot. Going to catch right on CMP because you assume that the opponent knows that you're going to try and throw CMP here. And you do catch a grass move, so that is a nice catch. That's one of the things. I don't want to just keep promoting the video because not a lot of people watched it, but oh, it is a Moonblast. Okay, you can't do anything about that. You had to just assume Future Sight. Get a Surf off. Oh, they have a shield. Never mind. And you have no shields, so that's going to one-shot. Yeah, you had to assume Future Sight, so not much you can do there. Okay, Bastiodon lead, Shadow Vic. What a crappy friggin' thing. Okay, just going to commit to the farm down, hoping that you can live a Leaf Blade from this range as a resisted move. They just Acid Spray, that's fine. Want to come out with a Crunch. Now, the question is, Bastiodon lead, Shadow Vic safe swap. Is this a Wiggly in the back? Because if it's a Wiggly in the back, Gudra's going to have a tough time. Now, if it was Wiggly in the back, you may have seen it right away. They probably just come in and instant delete this if they have it. So it may be instead of a Wiggly, it could be like a Grass Hole team. Bastiodon, Shadow Vic, and like another Razor Leafer. So taking the Stone Edge. Hello, Razor Leaf, Tropius. Right? These are the types of things that you need to be able to do as you get to the higher levels. There's only so many team comps that exist with a Bastiodon lead and a Shadow Vic safe swap, right? And it's either the Wiggly lineup, old school was the Medi, Shadow Vic, Medi, and Bastiodon, or it's a Razor Leafer. Like those are really like maybe it's a different Pokemon, so be it. But the three most famous teams with those two core are the ones I just named. So you got to be able to be like, okay, I got to read this in the back. We can probably rule out Wiggly because if they had Wiggly, they'd probably come in and just delete Guzzlord because Guzzlord's double weak to Fairy. But those are the types of things. Those are the types of reads that you need to make while you're playing here. So get the Surf off. They let it go. Why would they let that go? Trying to save it for that, but that's too low. Okay. Okay, mirror match. Is this the mirror match you're talking about, the Guzzlord? Yeah, okay, so this is the mirror match. This is a famous team. Lanturn Double Dragon is a pretty famous team. So what we're doing is we're doing exactly what we did last time, what I've mentioned multiple times. You stay in, you chip, and then you get in a mirror match or the mid match so you can keep switch. Now, do you need to keep switch? Well, if they're running a mirror match, you can align your Guzzlord on their Lanturn, but then they're... Okay, wait, what are you complaining about here? You say you lost a mirror match. I'm guessing this is the mirror match, and then you said that they got a 0-turn swap in. But shouldn't they get a 0-turn swap in because the Pokemon just got taken out here? So there should be a 0-turn swap in. No? Unless it's like later in the matchup. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So they take you out. Yeah, that's right. 3. This is just a mirror match. You got the extra move through. You're going to shield. You catch the move on your Lanturn. Okay. They're going to get out there. It was after charge move though. So this should be back to even energy here. probably going to let this go and just go with Guzzlord. Okay, you got a full fast move there, and they threw. That's fine. Going for the crunch, which is interesting. I'm surprised you didn't just go Dragon Claw from this range. Okay, get the move off here. That's fine. Two, three. Okay. Unless you're saying when they come in here, they snipe you. I think that's correct, is it not? From my understanding, and I have not made the video yet, but from my understanding is after a charge move, it is a 0-second swap. So what I mean by 0-second swap and what I mean by not a 0-second swap here. If you... A 0-second swap essentially means that you align on your fast moves right away. So think about it at the start of a match. You're both starting from base case 0, right? And you both throw your first move. So if you're in a mirror match, 2 versus 2, you're both throwing at the same time right at the beginning. It is the same when an opponent throws, you or an opponent throws a charge move. It's essentially a reset. And when your Pokemon is allowed to be swapped in after the reset, at 0. So basically what that means is in this exactly scenario, a charge move is thrown to take this out. Well, it will be in a second here. A charge move is thrown to take this out. Once this is taken out, sorry. No, yeah. Charge move is thrown on their end. Doesn't take you out, but a charge move is thrown. So this resets it to 0. So you're both on the base level, and you're allowed to swap at a 0-second. So they are allowed to swap in to their Guzzlord, and then you're both starting at that base case 0. So it's like you're starting a match fresh, both even shield, like both not even shield, but like even timing. The difference is if you get out mid game. So think about a lead where you have a 2-turn fast move Pokemon. Let's say you have a counter user against a whatever. They get out, and then your opponent comes in and they have a 2-turn fast move. You will not be in sync with them because your opponent left during the battle. They didn't leave after a charge move thrown, and they didn't come in after some Pokemon was taken out. Those are the times where you're like starting in even. So after a shield is used, and after Pokemon is taken out, you both start at the base case of 0. If a Pokemon is swapped in during the match, like let's say I got a Azumarill, Lanturn against a Azumarill. That Lanturn is throwing Spark. If they come into the mirror match from the Azumarill to the Lanturn, you will have a half-second, which is a 1-turn, a half-second lead there. So that's how the mechanic is supposed to work. So no, this is legit because they are allowed to have a 0-second swap there and get into the mirror match there. But here, like there, you would have been desynced because they would have been half a second behind you because it takes 1 turn to come in the mid game there. Obviously, a great matchup here. They do land the return, which is going to make this just a little. I mean, you're still going to win, but obviously a little trickier. Crunch does land, so you still will take it out. I assume they'll come in as Azumarill and just bubble down, take all the resisted moves, just try an aggressive resisted bubble you down, and then come out with a play rough for the Lanturn. So they're just going to take all these moves. They're just going to commit to the farm down, even if they have to take another move here, which they do not. Lanturn's going to come back in and have to take a play rough here. And out comes a Altaria. So we are just going straight in. We're going to bait. It doesn't matter what we're baiting because the Dragon Breath is going to do all the damage. So we are just essentially we're going to shield. We're going to just chip this as low as we can so that we essentially just have this in Spark and Surf range, and then we can align the Lanturn on the Azumarill again. So just going straight Aqua Tail. There's no point in running Thunder Punch. I know this is super resisted. We don't care. we just want to chip this, and that's fine. Got it low enough that we can now just spark down. If it is a potential, I'm worried about the Moonblast. I'd be more worried about, again, it's just Sky Attack, which is resisted. I'd be more worried about this Moonblast than I would be about a Play Rough, quite honestly. And they just dumped a Play Rough, so you should be okay here, just going straight Thunderbolt. Even if you have to take a Play Rough here, you'll live, and then Bubble's resisted, so they're not going to be able to take you out. And then you should be able to get to the Thunderbolts beforehand here. And that's how I would play it out as well. Also not counting. Dragon Breath, like one turn moves are tough to count. Okay, Goodra lead. Tough lead. Coming mirror match right away, but obviously behind on energy, so it would have been a little tougher. I mean, you would have caught up. Well, no, you still would have been like one Dragon Breath behind. So they get the Bastiodon. Bastiodon Smackdowns are neutral. Aqua Tail is obviously super effective, but it's non-stab and Dragon Breath is resisted. So gotta imagine that the still have an advantage with the Bastiodon. They're gonna throw before you get to that third Aqua Tail. Stone Edge should take you out from this range, and it does. Whoa, almost a misclick there. Gonna come in Lanturn. Gonna have to take a move here. Probably gonna let it go. Now the question is, do you go up to 2 Surfs so you can throw 1? Oh, they instant swap. So they are aggressive, knowing that you were just going to farm. So you instant swap. They only have resisted charge moves, but the Dragon Breaths are also adding up. So you obviously going to take this out here, or try to. They are staying in because they're just going to Dragon Breath you down. I'm surprised they didn't throw a move. Like, try and grab a shield. Any move is better there. I don't know why they didn't. Get off the crunch. They live. They're going to smack down. Ooh, you get to the move. They tried to smack you down. So they're going to go down with a lot of energy here. I don't think it's worth saving. So now they're just going to go... Okay, yeah, that's a top left. They're just going to go Shadow Vic. Stupid core. Okay, they're both nerfed. Did Razor Leaf get nerfed? Yeah, they're both nerfed next season. Okay. So have a Guzzlord on a Lickitung, which is a great matchup because the Dark is resisted. So going to throw this Crunch here. They shield, which is interesting. I guess they're really trying to take switch, and now you're just going to match shield because you kind of recognize that. Like, Lickitung has such a bad matchup against Guzzlord. There's no reason to shield unless you're really trying to fight for switch. So that's why... we on our end decided to shield up the body slam just to, you'll live one body slam, so you may want to shield up the second one if they have a second one. But that is why we shielded, because they are making a weird play, a really weird play here to try and fight for what is a terrible matchup here. So not only did they lose switch, they lost shield advantage. Defenseoxys comes in. I forget what was on the lead, but like, those are not the type of plays you would expect in the 3250 range. Going to shield up a Rock Slide. It is not even a Psycho Boost in Bale. It is a Rock Slide. So that's unfortunate because Rock Slide's not a great move. Catching on Lanturn. A Psycho Boost. Is a Shadow Vic. So this is a good chip. They'll take you out, but that's fine. Then you'll have resisted moves. Go for the aggressive farm down. Take a move. It'll still hurt. Leaf Blade would hurt if they throw here. Not enough to take you out. And then you'll have a move. Will you be able to take out Defenseoxys from here? They did not get a counter through, so lucky you, because they should have. But it did not matter. Even if they got a counter through, Thunder Punch is enough to take out. So you will take that out. Last matchup here, very quick. Oh my goodness, it was already at 1.5 speed and I just made it at quick. Okay, so this is gonna go fast. Let's talk it through really quickly. I did not expect it to be this fast. Sorry, let's go. Okay, Thunderbolt, take this out. So you have a Lanturn against a Guzzlord, terrible lead. So we are gonna get out into a Goodra. So getting out into the Goodra, they swap a Azumarill, that's fine. We have Thunder Punch. This is actually not a terrible matchup because you have Thunder Punch and Bubbles are also resisted and the Dragon Breaths are going to add up. So you could shield, try and flip switch, but not going to. Just going to get another Thunder Punch off. I'm guessing coming in Spark down here. Let it go. I'm guessing that you may want to chip the Defense Deoxys with a move here. Nope, gonna bank that energy. What is in the back? I cannot even see what the heck is going on here. It is a Feraligatr, gonna shield up because obviously the fast move damage on Guzzlord is what you need to worry about on the back end here. So getting both shields, gonna commit to the shield and farm down here. It is just a Hydro, take it out, have a move. This will chip a lot, and then Lanturn will be able to sweep. And what was the quickest game ever at... I did at 1.5 speed. I tried to do all my... I guess they were... It's either I screwed it up or they submitted that one at a faster speed, because they submitted two things. One was 8 battles, the first 8, which I sped up to 1.5 speed. And then this one was a separate battle, which I thought I sped up to 1.5 speed, but if they had already sped it up to 1.5 and I sped it up 1.5, it'd be very fast. Or I screwed up the speed up on my end. So I don't know what happened there, but we got through it. Yes. So obviously your gameplay is fine. Like you did everything that I would do. So I don't need to talk about the gameplay, but yes, the mechanic is right off the start, off a charge move, you're allowed to instant swap. And when a Pokemon is taken out and a new Pokemon comes in, those are all base case zeros for energy start. So yes, in that matchup there, because the Lanturn threw a move, they are allowed to switch into their Guzzlord at 0. It costs them no turns to switch in, which means that you have a mirror match with this at a 0 case, which means you're Beltor and Dragon Tail at the same time. Now you know, I'm going to do that video eventually. That video is just tough to do because I need to like get battles from like various places and like save them, and I keep forgetting to do that. So I'll do it eventually, but that will eventually happen. Anyways, if you made it this long, so I'm just going through, I got like 4 more submissions that I'll probably just throw up for the rest of this week, with a combination of talking about next season, because most people care about next season. They're kind of done with this season. Now, that means 2 things. One is I'm going to have 0 submissions for next season, which I don't want any submissions from this season, because it does make sense, because there's going to be so many different Pokemon next season and that. So please submit battles when the new season starts. That being said, it won't be hard for me to do battles in the new season, because I am very excited to test out all these new Pokemon. I'm going to do beyond the hype of a ton of Pokemon here. Like, let me just go to PB Poke to look at the rankings. But, you know, for the new season, I'll do all the new Pokemon with new moves for sure. Like the new moves, Pangoro, Machamp. But it's you're not getting a lot of new moves here. You're just getting a lot of buff moves. So then we need to check if like, okay, how much stronger is Clodsire, Dunsparce, or Licky Licky with Rollout, Fairy Wind like Clefable or another Fairy Wind user, Poison Jab user like Toxapex or Shadow Drapion, or Poison Sting user, not Toxapex, Poison Jab, that didn't get buffed. Poison Sting user like Drapion. How much better is that? Marowak, either the regular Marowak with Mud Slap or the Fire Spin Marowak. I want to test that out. Yeah, and I'm sure there's a couple other, and then I want to check the nerfs. I'm like, okay, how much are Wiggly with Swift? Oh, I hate using a Charm user. But like, how much does this Mud Shot affect the Mud Boys? So I got like, I'm not worried about the beginning, because I think I should be able to do that quickly. But yeah, so I'll probably be okay at the beginning, but let me know. But please submit some battles. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.